Hello, friends. Welcome back to How to Grow My Small Business. I'm your host, Lindsay Fletcher, and I help small business owners grow profitable, people-centered businesses through faith, strategy, and clear, actionable steps. This show is all about building a business that thrives without living on social media or working 24/7. Today, we're talking about something that can completely change how you grow your business, and it does not require ads, fancy funnels, or even hours online. Okay? We're talking about having actual conversations. And let's take it one step further. We're going to talk about how to turn conversations into clients. Okay? So if you've ever left a great chat thinking that went really well, but then nothing came of it, this episode is for you. This episode will also be a really great episode if you have someone helping you and working for you in your business that answers your business phone, your business texts, or your business emails. This will be super helpful. So share this episode with them, would you please? I would so appreciate that. I believe that conversations matter more than, say, social media content. And here's what I want you to hear right away from me is that your next client probably isn't scrolling social media looking for you or looking for what you have to offer, right? Like all of us, when we get on social media on our phones or on our computers or our tablets, we are bombarded, right? Your best friend's sister's boyfriend is posting something about some great vacation he's taken, or the clothing ads or the coaching ads, all the ads, right? Where you're shopping normally, Target, maybe Academy Sports, places, those types of things, right? Or maybe it's ads from local restaurants. So what most of us aren't doing is searching for the local business. Better yet, we're getting lost in scrolling because we watched one video and the algorithm is now serving up similar content to get us to stay on that app or on that website, right? Now, I took social media off my phone for this very reason, but I still have my accounts and I do still post from my laptop. So I could easily get sucked in if I'm not careful and if I'm not strategic with my time. And the point is that most of your sales, especially in the beginning of your business, are not going to come from social media posts unless you already know how to sell online, okay? For the majority of us, our initial sales, especially in the beginning, are going to come from conversations. And conversations that you have with a potential client or conversations that someone else is having on your behalf, meaning a neighbor is looking for an electrician, or your sister and brother-in-law are going to buy a new house and they need a real estate agent, right? And they're coming to you for a recommendation. So that's what I mean by a conversation that someone else is having on your behalf. And I think that we drastically underestimate how powerful one genuine conversation can be. Conversations build trust faster than any piece of content that you will ever post ever. And like we talked about last week, we drop the ball on these great conversations. We exchange business cards. Maybe we connect on LinkedIn or Instagram or Facebook. And then we don't have a system in place to then follow up, go to the next step, continue the conversation. And then as a result, no sales happen. So that's what we're going to fix today. And I want to introduce you to the 3C's. Connect, clarify, close. Okay? Connect, clarify, close. This is a simple 3-step framework to turning casual conversations into paying clients without feeling pushy, without feeling awkward, or without it really getting weird. Okay? So number one, you're going to connect. You're going to be genuinely curious about them. You're going to ask lots of open-ended questions. Now, you know me and you know I don't love scripts, but there are some things that some of us need to learn we need to learn to ask questions. So I'm going to give you a few to ask and then stop talking. Listen to what they have to say and really pull from the communication that they're giving you. Okay. So ask questions like, what brought you in today? Or what's been going really well lately? Or tell me about the service that you previously used. Or maybe tell me what has you shopping for this type of product or service, okay? Your job isn't to sell in this stage, it's to listen. And, you know, the age-old saying, people remember how you made them feel, not the perfectly pitched thing that you did, okay? I know that's not exactly how that statement goes, but they remember how you feel, right? They don't remember what you say, they don't remember what you did, but they will remember how you made them feel. So be curious, ask lots of questions, learn about them, and take notes. I'm serious, have a notepad ready. Even if you're in person and you're having an in-person conversation, take mental notes and then write them down later, okay? And here's the key. When you care first, sales will follow naturally, okay? So number one step is connect, all right? Ask lots of questions and connect with the person you're talking with, whether that's over the phone, in an email, via text, or in person, okay? Then step number two is I want you to clarify. Once you've connected, you've built a little bit of rapport, I want you to clarify if you can actually help them by asking more questions, okay? There are tons of ways to do this, but my number one favorite thing to say in sales conversations is tell me more about ... right? So tell me more about the service that you're currently using, or tell me more about the products that you're trying to get away from, or tell me more about what you're looking for or what the end goal is, or tell me more about where the laundry room is currently located in your home that makes it inconvenient, okay? Then my next favorite thing to do is to ask for permission to share about my solution, okay? So in this stage, this is number 2C, clarify. You're going to clarify anything that might be ambiguous. You're going to ask more about what they mean, what they're looking for, and determine how you might help them. Now, it may end up that you end the conversation understanding that you can't help them. That's what this stage is for, to clarify. So here are some things that you might say in this number 2 clarify step, okay? It sounds like you're looking for a reliable lawn service. That's definitely something that we can help with. May I share our packages and pricing options with you? Or it could be something like, it sounds like you've had quite the health scare recently. I applaud you for looking for cleaner makeup options as a result. That's something that I can definitely help with. Will you tell me more about your current makeup routine? That is not pushy, right? That's asking what products she's already using, right? That's not pushy. It's a soft invitation that respects their space while also opening the door to further conversation, okay? The goal in this second step is to get clarity on what they're looking for and whether or not you can help them, not to pressure them into buying immediately, okay? When we clarify, we serve people by helping them see what's possible, and we also can be serving them by telling them you're not the right fit, or your product or your service is not the right fit, okay? All right, moving on to step number 3, and this one's my favorite one. This is close. Now, this isn't likely what you are thinking in your mind, okay? This is not closing the sale after one very simple, short conversation. And instead of putting pressure on yourself to close the sale after that one conversation, where you still barely know each other, I want you to focus on closing the conversation by outlining the clear next steps and get their agreement to those steps, okay? So if they're interested and you can help them, you're going to, in air quotes, schedule the next step right away, okay? Now, I like to schedule it for me to do the follow-up, okay? Because that doesn't rely on them taking the step and remembering to do it. It's going to be on my list and on my plate, and I'm the one that's going to reach back out to them, okay? That's just something that I've learned over the years, is I don't leave it in my potential clients' hands or on their plate to do. I do it for them. So that's just a little side note there. But this might sound something like, let's set up a quick phone call next week. What's better for you, Tuesday or Thursday? Or something like, I'm going to send over the proposal on Wednesday morning so that you can review it, and I'll give you a call on Friday afternoon to discuss. Does that sound okay? Or it might sound like something like this. I understand that now might not be the right time. Is it okay if I shoot you a text in a few months to see how things are going? Okay. And then I'm going to schedule it in my CRM, whether that's the Tuesday or Thursday option, whether that's I'm calling them on Friday around noon, or whether that's scheduling a phone call or a text in a few months. I'm going to put that into my CRM system. under their profile. I'm going to schedule a task, and then I don't have to remember. I just go to my list and I look at what I'm supposed to do, and I do those quick follow-ups, whether those are phone calls, emails, texts, in-person visits. I know what I'm supposed to do, right? This keeps the conversation alive, okay? Now, if you are confident that they will follow up with you and that they will return your call or that they will get the proposal and call you on Friday at noon, great. But I have just found over the years of lots and lots of years in sales that if I put it on my plate, it gets done. And if I put it on the potential client's plate, it may or may not get done. And I really want to drive the process. And if it is something like you're scheduling out a task for a couple of months from now, keep the relationship alive, keep the conversation alive by following them on social media, commenting on their post, sending them a quick DM, or, making sure that you're staying in front of them and continue to serve them, even if it's just simple encouragement like, hey, I thought of you today. I just wanted you to know I'm praying for you. Here's what I want you to remember about everything that happens in sales. Most sales happen in the follow-up, not in the very first chat, unless they are someone who has followed you for a long time, you've emailed marketed to them, you've social media marketed to them, they are ready to purchase the first time that they talk to you, which is very, very rare. Most sales happen in the follow-up, okay? In fact, research is showing now that people need to see or hear from you 20 plus times. Did you hear me say that? 20 plus times before they take action. Meaning, you have to be in front of their eyeballs 20 plus times, or in their ears 20 plus times, a combination of all the places, email, social media, in person, all the things, right? Before they actually decide to purchase, okay? So don't give up after one conversation. It's about building a system that helps you stay in touch, and that's how relationships grow into results. That's how you turn conversations into closed sales, okay? So I have a challenge for you this week. I haven't done homework in a long time for you all. So a challenge, homework, or whatever you want to call it. I want you to think about 3 people that you've talked to recently. Maybe someone you met at church. Maybe it was someone you met at a networking event. Maybe it's someone in your inbox. Maybe it's someone that you talked to months ago. I want you to make a list of 3 people, and I want you to reach out to one of them, okay? Reach out to one of them this week. I want you to check in, ask how things are going, and see where the conversation leads you. You just never know. Your next client, your next customer might already know your name. Oh my gosh, that took me to the Cheers, song where someone knows your name or whatever. Anyway, so sidetrack on that. But that's where my brain is at today. It's in the Cheers bar on that TV show. Okay, so friend, remember this. Sales don't have to be complicated. You don't need a viral post or a fancy funnel to grow your business, okay? You just need to be consistent. You need to have meaningful conversations. I know it's shocking, but in-person conversations, on the phone conversations, texting or emailing conversations that lead to clarity and connection. The 3 C's, I want you to connect. I want you to clarify, and then I want you to close, but close the conversation, not necessarily the sale, and then see how that increases your close rate, okay? If this episode encouraged you, would you please take a second to rate and review this show? It helps more small business owners find how to grow my small business, and it keeps this podcast going strong, and I would so appreciate it. Now, before we go, if you are looking for a faith-based community and you live on the north side of Houston, or really anywhere in the greater Houston area, and you want help to grow your business, work through roadblocks, and build stronger systems, I want you to check out We Build. It's our monthly network and mastermind where faith and business come together. We pray for each other, we help each other move forward, and we help each other grow our businesses through best practices, solid strategy, and a healthy dose of Jesus along the way. If you'd like to learn more, you can learn more about We Build at webuild.lindsayfletcher.co. I would love to see you there. Our next event is November 4th at 11:30 Central Time. You can register or RSVP at webuild.lindsayfletcher.co. I would love, love, love to see you there and meet you in person. All right, friend, go start some conversations. I'm cheering you on. And as always, I'm praying for you and your business. I'll talk to you next week.